In module 113, we will discuss quality leaders, strategies for guiding beginning teachers through stages of reflective practices. In this, we will discuss how and what way the teachers or the beginning teachers can be guided, can be trained, their practice can be improved, and what is the role of the quality leaders, seniors, and inculcating this type of the things into the teachers. Educational researches have suggested different strategies and different ways of student learning, and similarly the teaching processes. And the recent research has said that the ability of the individual teacher to implement such techniques and strategies is one of the most important element. How the teacher is implementing strategies, how the teacher is taking actions, how the teacher is implementing things. This is very important thing. For the novice teachers, the new teachers in the classroom practices and the new activities, implementations of the new things and the strategies is really a big challenge, where the educational leaders or the senior leaders or the principals or the head of the schools or the department has to play the important role and to stimulate reflective practice in the novice teachers or the new teachers. Quality leaders are the heads of the institutions, or the senior teachers can improve beginning teacher success and retention if they understand how to nurture reflectivity, how the reflective practice is taking place. And the reflectivity is an active process, is a process that is based on and influenced by the experiences. What's my experiences? And on the basis of the experiences, I reflect the things, I see the things, I get reflections of those things. And in an effort to clarify the concept of the reflectivity, the researchers identified different stages of the reflectivity. How the teacher reflects upon, how the teacher checks his own works, how the teacher looks at his own work while doing the things. And this categorization of the reflectivity aids the establishing benchmarks and the expectations of the teaching process, of the institutions, of the level of the professionalism of the teachers. And as a result of this, the reflectivity is a developmental process. It's not a stagnant. It is not just one stage or just one aspect to complete and finish it and then go for the other. This is a continuous activity. And there are different stages. One is reflective person, other is technical rationality, practical action, and critical reflection. Reflective person is the one that the activities reflective persons conducts the activities or develop the activities that stimulate self-examinations. If the self-examinations is there and the activities are being carried out for the self-examinations, that is the reflective person. And that must have that must be reflective questions, or the activities or the situations or the examinations must have certain basis. There are different effective methods to promote self-reflections of in the individual. That's self-regulated learning, and descriptive reflections, dialogic reflections, and critical reflections. The other one is technical rationality. The beginning teachers always try to grasp the role of the instructions to play with the student learning, and that's important for the technical, that's important in relation with the technical rationalities. And these are important with the stage 2. This is the stage 2. And for this technical rationality, which is the stage 2, and that includes for developing that type of the things, The teacher has to develop diaries and the journals, action researches, and reflective essays, case studies and ethnographic studies, micro teaching and the supervising practices. These are the activities that are to be that should be conducted. Structured curriculum tasks, oral interviews, journal keeping, narratives, and biographies. And the third activity, or the third phase is, third aspect is practical action. That's the deeper level of the understanding about what it means to be the teacher. The teacher has to know what does it mean to be the teacher, and how the instruction impacts the word of the individual. My instruction has what kind of the impact to my students, or for that, for the practical action, what are the activities suggested by the researchers. That's the teaching journal, that's the questioning, comparing and contrasting. The teacher has to give this type of the activities, and tolerating ambiguity, analyzing and evaluating, as well as the use of the case study and the simulations. This type of the activities are to be given for developing the specific quality. And the fourth stage is critical reflection, and that is based on the capacity and potential action of the teachers, by the teachers, that is based on the moral and ethical criteria. And that's for critical reflections, there is also the activities to be done by the individual, that are race reflective journaling, and questions that probe teachers' moral and ethical stances, questions that challenge the status quo, stimulate critical reflections, shared journal writing, and discussions leading to group reflections. This is a list that this is not a list of the concept, but this is the list of the activities that has to be undertaken by the teachers. And role of the educational leader, as I already said, the educational leaders had the important role for guiding, for supervising, for monitoring, for stimulating, for motivating the juniors, the peers, for developing these four type of the activities. And if they focus on these type of the organized things, and developing and the utilizing of the portfolios, and they will be developing, not developing, but they will be continuing providing their mentorship, then the leaders would be considered as the effective leaders, and the leaders should know the individual selected to serve in mentoring, how to mentor their group by the leaders.